Hi guys, welcome back to Oscar World of Fun Vlogs here on YouTube. And today, because this is my 90th of Butlins, this is a video I've decided to do on the history of Butlins 90th. And Butlins, as you would know, if you watched the one show, that they spoke about it, the 90th of Butlins. If you watch a YouTuber, they spoke about it. But, did you know the Butlins first opened on the 11th of April 1936 on an Easter Sunday up in Skegness in Lincolnshire, and you can still visit Butlins Skegness now. It still looks the same. I've looked at pictures online. Nothing much has changed, has it, Chloe?
No.
You can watch other YouTubers where they go around the chalet and you can see, like, I'm not going to talk about this, but let's do it. I've said that. Billy Butlins himself. And these days there's only 3 parks. The main one is Skegness, which is the oldest one and the first Butlins park. Then there's still Minehead, and this, I don't know where Minehead is, I don't know, South Wales. And there's also the one in Bognor. Or I used to call it Bangor. And there we like the B. It's an O, not an A. So this is a true fact. And the part of Butlins history that in Farley, Plymouth Valley Holiday Park, Haven, and the Bay Wave Resort were part of were land that belonged to Butlins Farley. Yep. The whole land was owned by Butlins Farley, so the Bay and Plymouth Valley, like I said, between 1945 to 1983, and I'll do a video on them later on, probably next year now. And in 1936 to 1940, from 1939 to 1945, World War II. Just been there with on. Butlins were used as military training bases and accommodation for soldiers. Skegness became a Royal Artillery training camp. Farley and Clacton were. Yeah, I said Clacton. Were used by the armed forces, and facility was also used, which the campsite facility what now known as half anymore Haven, one of the chalets in World War II was occupied by none other than Prince Philip himself. The camp came back to Billy after the war. And the campsite reopened quickly in 1946, the year the antenna red toes were introduced. So, red toes is still part of Butlins today. Butlins has evolved from a basic holiday into a modern entertainment UK resort, where we're still keeping Billy's spirit alive. Someone tell me that. My mate told me that, so I wrote it down. I wrote that down. Billy's famous promise: a weekend holiday for a week pay. In the golden age of 1940 to 1960, the camp is occupied and still do now. Include and still do now. Chalets, swimming pool, ballroom. They don't do ballrooms no more. They did back then. Ballrooms are now like red and starline bars and stuff. Entertainment, fun fairs, yes, fun fairs. They still have fun fairs at Butlins because I've seen people talk about the fun fair. Entertainment, but there's still entertainment. Ballrooms, they do have ballrooms. Back in 1940s, 1960s, the ballrooms just like. By the 1960s, Butlins had 10 camps here in the UK. And if you go to Monday Butlins, guys, you'll know that they don't just do chalets now, or accommodation apartments. They also do lodges, don't they? That I've seen on people talk about it. I've read about it, and a holiday at Butlins in a basic accommodation now is like £54 for 4 nights. And since 1936, Butlins has evolved over the 90 years. They now have got mascot, Billy Bear and Bolly Bear, and the Starline Gang. So and Butlins, well, I can't believe there's only 3 campsites owned by Butlins now. Still occupied by Butlins, and that's Skegness, the very first Butlins camp, Bognor and Minehead. But yeah, happy 90th birthday. There's lots of celebrities who've started off with Butlins, like the Chuckaburras. One famous person who used to work for Butlins still lives there now, and he comes back every now and again. Stephen Mulhern. Alright. There are so many guys. And we've even met ex-Red Coats, we know Red Coats, we know ex-Red Coats. So guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I will see you next Wednesday for the last video of May. Until then, happy belated 90th birthday to Butlins. I'm sorry it wasn't in April. I had there was other content I had to come out before that. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.